Hey everyone, so I wanted to share another cover with you today, but before I do that, I wanted to just kind of give you sort of the biblical background of how I got here to wanting to share this song. So I know some of you don't like the talking in videos, so you can just skip ahead to the song if you want. But if you can stick with me for a couple minutes here, I think it's just got some value to um, just the background here into picking this song. So I was reflecting on this relationship that you see, this friendship that David and Jonathan have in the book of Samuel, right? The first Samuel. And this comes right after David defeats Goliath. He's already been anointed as the future king by Samuel. And Saul is obviously not happy about this because he's the current king. But his son, Jonathan, who's prince, he has this friendship with David that surpasses what we'd normally see out of people, right? It's not something that's common. It's fairly rare to see someone who loves someone else like this. And as Christians, that's a sad thing because we want to show that love of Christ. We want to love people like we, would love ourselves, or even sometimes more than we would love ourselves. But it's just not common to see. So you see in 1 Samuel 18, it says, as soon as he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day and would not let him return to his father's house. That's David. Then Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of his robe that was on him and gave it to David, and his armor, and even his sword, and his bow, and his belt. So you have Jonathan who's like, hey, look, all these like princely things that I'm wearing, my weapons, I'm laying all of those on this person who I love dearly, who I know is going to be king instead of me. But that's okay because I know that's God's will, and I also know that I love this person as it says, he loved him as his own soul. Like, that's not, again, something that we see so much nowadays, or probably just ever in history. So I hope that you get the chance in your life to experience this kind of friendship, at least with one person. And I've been privileged enough to have a few different people in my life who you feel this kind of love from. Like, they are willing to be there for you in hard times, in good times, whatever it is. Even sometimes you don't talk to them over a period of time, and they still, check in and see how you're doing, and you kind of pick up right where you left off. But it's these kind of friendships that you don't see too often, and they mean so much. And it really helps you to appreciate the fact that a few really good friends is much better than a whole bunch of acquaintances. You even see David kind of sharing the same feeling for Jonathan later on in the beginning of 2 Samuel, where he's writing a lament after Jonathan actually dies in battle. And he says this, he says, how the mighty have fallen in the midst of the battle. Jonathan lies slain on your high places. I am distressed for you, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant have you been to me. Your love to me was extraordinary, surpassing the love of women. Now, again, you see this brotherly bond that's so strong. Like, he's truly just grieving for the loss of his friend. And to say that his love was extraordinary towards him, that it surpasses the love of women, like, this is a brotherly love that, this is where you get that idea of you're my soulmate, you're my soul person. Like, our souls are connected. Like, the Lord has brought this friendship together in a way that's like, I feel for you truly, not just in words, but when something happens to you, it's happening to me. Like, I want to go through life together with this person because I'm truly knit together with them. And again, I hope that, like myself, that you get to experience these kind of friendships in your life. Like, pray about that. The Lord is faithful to provide those things, and he knows we need them. And I think he wants to see that in the church, these kind of bonds and friendships that are built between people who truly care about each other, in sort of an example of how Christ loves us. So that's where this song comes from. It was off of an album done by Reliant. I heard it years ago. I actually bought the album, but it was a B-sides album. And for those of you who don't know what that is, when they used to sell records, you'd have an A-side, which is the song you wanted to buy, and then you had the B-side, which is the song the band wanted you to listen to because you bought the A-side. So in this case, it was an album that they put out with songs that they maybe thought weren't good for like a feature album, but they just wanted to record them and get them out there for people. And this song always stuck with me because appreciated the sentiment of the friendship that they're talking about here. So I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, I'm gonna play now. Here we go. I wish I knew you way back when, before you were part of my plans. I think that we would have been friends. There's only time to live our lives. You'll be the one that's by my side, and I can promise you then you'll always be my best friend. Till the end, when we part, I will give you my heart, and I promise to love you with all that it is. And I promise to be there whenever you need me, because you'll always be my best friend. I wish I knew you way back when, before you were part of my plans. I think that we would have been friends. There's only time to live our lives. You'll be the one that's by my side, 'cause I can promise you then you'll always be my best friend. Till the end, when we part, I will give you my heart, and I promise to love you with all that it is. And I promise to be there whenever you need me, because you'll always be my best friend. 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 Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, I hope you get to experience that kind of friendship here in your life, where someone just truly, truly loves you. Love you guys. Thanks for listening.